Welcome back to The Basement, the show where we dig into stories buried under layers of dust, myth, and sometimes gunpowder.
Today, we're heading to the Wild West, New Mexico territory. 1870s, corrupt businessmen, hired gun, and political chaos. And one of the most legendary outlaws in American history, Billy the Kid.
Also known as Henry McCarthy, or William H. Bonney, or Kid Antrim. The man had aliases like most people have socks, really.
And he didn't just randomly become famous. He was a central figure in something called the Lincoln County War, which sounds small, was basically a full-scale range war.
Could you imagine that in one county, just a full-scale war?
That's crazy to think
insane.
about.
So let's set the stage. It's Lincoln County, late 1870s. The area is controlled by two powerful businessmen, James Dolan and Lawrence Murphy.
They ran what locals called the house. They controlled the general store, the cattle interests, the courts, the sheriff, basically the economy, and the law.
If you wanted to sell cattle, buy supplies, or not get arrested for no reason, you had to deal with them.
Enter a new challenger, English rancher John Tunstall and lawyer Alexander McSween.
They opened a competing business, and suddenly it's capitalism, but with rifles.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, right?
Now, this is where Billy the Kid comes in. He's young, like teenager young, drifting around, working ranch jobs.
He ends up working for Tunstall, and by most accounts, he actually respected him. Tunstall treated his cowhands decently, actually.
Which makes what happens next personal.
In February 1878, a posse aligned with Dolan and Murphy tracks down Tunstall.
They shoot him dead in cold blood.
And that killing ignites the Lincoln County Wars.
In response, Tunstall's men form a group called the Regulators, basically a vigilante posse.
Was Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Mr. Tunstall's got a soft spot for runaways, derelicts, vagrant types. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean, earn your keep.
And we all know about the Regulators.
That's right. And yes, Billy the Kid is one of them.
They get arrest warrants for the men who killed Tunstall, but this is the Wild West. Warrants turn into shootouts.
They capture and kill two suspects. Then things escalate even further when they ambush Sheriff William J. Brady, who was aligned with the house.
And Billy may have fired shots in that ambush. The legend grows here.
By the summer of 1878, Lincoln County basically becomes a war zone.
Gunfights in the streets, snipers in buildings. The biggest clash, though, the Battle of Lincoln.
That's right. McSween and the Regulators barricade themselves inside his house. After days of siege, the house is set on fire.
McSween is killed trying to escape. Billy manages to slip through the gunfire and disappear into the night.
And that escape is pure Western legend.
It really is.
It is the Western legend material right there.
And by the end of it all, somewhere between 10 and 20 men are dead. The federal government steps in. The war fizzles out.
But Billy doesn't go back to his ranch life.
Nope. He becomes a full-time outlaw. He's done figured out that he can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Billy claimed he killed 21 men, one for each of his years of his life.
Historians think it's more like 4 to 9. Still not great. But not the comic book number.
He was charismatic, spoke Spanish fluently, and reportedly very charming.
And very, very slippery.
Enter Sheriff Pat Garrett.
Former acquaintance of Billy, which makes what happens next feel almost tragic.
Garrett tracks him down, captures him, and Billy is sentenced to hang.
But in 1881, guess what Billy did? He escaped the jail, killed 2 deputies in the process.
Which basically seals his fate.
On July 14th, 1881, in Fort Sumner, Garrett shoots Billy in the dark.
He was probably 21. Nobody really knows.
So here's the question. Was Billy the Kid a cold-blooded killer?
Or a teenager caught in a corrupt system, pulled into a war started by powerful men?
I'm going to go with that.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, the Lincoln County War wasn't just random violence. It was about economics, power, and control of territory.
Billy just happened to be young, fast, photogenic enough to become the face of it.
What fascinates me is without the Lincoln County War, Billy may have just been another cowboy lost in history.
Right. And let me go back to what I said earlier. Have you seen pictures of Billy the Kid?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really call him photogenic.
No.
He's pretty ugly.
I mean, for the time, maybe.
Yeah, for me. Instead, he becomes the Wild West's most enduring outlaw icon.
And so Billy the Kid is a legend that you told, or at least we were. I was when I was a kid.
Right.
You know, and honestly, the times were so much different back then. You know, if you had a dispute with your neighbor over land, usually somebody gonna get shot.
Right.
You know, and that's just how they handled things. The duels in the middle of the street were a real thing.
Right.
Just a different time.
Right. 100%.
But anyways, that's it for today.
So if you enjoyed this episode, let us know what dusty corner of history we need to dig into next.
And we got a series coming your way. So until next time,
Stay curious.
and watch your back in Lincoln County.